First, my name's Kenneth Burr. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. Let's stand and move over here again. Black Series Edition LLC with Imperial Gunmetal Crystal Edge Technology screens. So I have to remember I built an entire site literally for a showroom for the new Alpha Cinemax. So it would be foolish to take it off of here and add it to the new site because again, the new site, I want physical screens on that only, and I want our screen paints on our whatchamacallit sites, on our hold on for a minute. I need my screen paints on my Crystal Edge site, and the other one is going to have a screen paint for the new Alpha Cinemax. So that I want to keep there. The new website we're going to be working on pretty soon, that one's going to be for the physical screens. So this site will have the gamer screens because we already have areas set up for that, and the Alpha, and then the Crystal Edge will be for gunmetal technology, as in gunmetal blackout cloths and stuff like that. It'll be just strictly for gunmetal only. Let me see. We got a new policy we're going to be adding in. Under the policy, keep in mind we've been doing this since day one. We make our products at 5 gallons at a time. So this basically cuts on a lot of nonsense because it's kind of hard to. It's easy for us to fight a claim in court if we basically show that all the paint came from a 5 gallon unit, which we right now are having an easy time with winning a complaint because it was made in a 5 gallon unit, which means, you know, you would have to have massive amount of complaints in order for that to happen. And again, our products are all tested. We're going to bring out when the new cans come out, we're going to bring out a new code that'll be attached to the can. You can take your cell phone, hit it, and you can actually watch your video test of your product. As I said before, you know, the testing and stuff we do to back our products, people haven't even been able to surpass our basic test demonstrations for their own products. And I can't express this enough. We already know exactly how our products will go against black paints. That's easy. We've done dozens of them. We even challenged someone to send black paint to us, which it was never done because, again, they already know the outcome of it all. But I have not seen any of these gray paints going against the tones. Like, never, they won't do it. And the reason why, because a lot of their products will match tones. So, not this week, but probably next week, I'm gonna go do some shopping. I'm gonna go start buying up some stuff, bringing it down here, and we're gonna show you exactly how much of this stuff matches everyday gray paint. You would be freaking shocked. There's another guy right now who's showing off high-end gray screens matching everyday Home Depot paint. It's like freaking insane how close this stuff actually matches. So that's why I said that, you know, they should have a certification or testing of what a gray screen or black screen has to go through in order to show that it's been properly tested. When a person sits there and says that our products are not tested, we have one of the most largest black versus black demonstrations on any screen paints on the market. Anyone. We have more tests than anyone else. And then once we start testing all these products on black versus black, I'm literally building an entire page, a display and category, all our test demonstrations dating back to sevens, where everybody else won't go near a gray screen at all, period. And they should be tested. And these are the strong points that we're going to bring before whoever we got to talk to who involves in certification for screens for them to be able to pass. They should have to pass these particular tests before they can ever be able to be sold or accepted on any form of sites whatsoever. This will cut down on a lot of nonsense. And what you've seen so far in the last couple of days of the nonsense of products not properly tested, yeah, this is going to land some people in some serious trouble because I hate to bring this up, but we contacted several different state of attorney offices, also involving serious fraud with websites that are not backing their products up correctly and they're misleading the consumers. You're going to have to be able to back these products because if not, you're going to get hit with massive fines and also, too, some jail time. So I want to push this to make it so that screen paints have to be tested. Everything else is tested. Everything else has to go through some kind of form of ritual in order to be sold. And I think screen paints should be the same thing. 3 of the major distributors we're working with, we're going to advise for them before they accept any screen paint from anybody. They have to be tested on either gray versus gray or black versus black test. Now, if anyone's feathers got ruffled over that announcement, that means at the end of the day, your product is not worthy. That's what that means. All right, let's get back over here. I have to go over to Home Depot and we do a little shopping tomorrow and do some black paint shopping. We were supposed to get products sent to us, but again, they failed to do so. And this is resulting in a lawsuit because they can't back themselves. So I'm going over to Home Depot to do a black paint shopping. I'll upload my phone so you can actually see exactly what we're going to be shopping and what we're going to be buying in there. The live streams don't work out too well in certain areas, and that's why I've been going around just recording with pre-record. So you can see a lot of pre-records pop up me in weird places, just buying stuff around Allentown and stuff like that. Anyway, also too, when they show you a recording of the front of the garage, it's interesting because again, it does the 2014. I'm surprised they didn't update that at all. They didn't update that for Jack. Like, yeah, you'll see. I didn't get time today. By the time I got from downtown, I was pretty beat. Came in, got something to eat, went to sleep. Didn't realize I fell asleep. Got up and started watching on TV and said, "Oh shoot, I got freaking updates to do." So there's a lot of stuff I have to be writing down. So yeah, the other warehouse, or not warehouse, but garage where we at. The mixer I had in the last place was actually handheld. I can't be holding a mixer all day. I really can't. So I got a machine that's like a giant, well, it is a paint mixer, but it kind of looks like a giant mixing machine. Like, you cook with, you slide a bowl in it, that's what it does. So I got one of those, so that way we can mix like lots and lots of paint in one hit. And then I'm going to get one of those, not a big machine, but a smaller machine that's going to do the process for us. So once we mix it, we put it into the vats. The vats will basically pour it into the cans, and it'll basically snap the tops on it and all that good stuff, wrap the labels on it, and that just makes it so much easier. So that's what we're going to be doing next year, getting ready for that. But until then, I have policies to install into the site. One of the policies we're going to put into the site is the 5-gallon policy, which basically shows that your orders are made in 5-gallon containers. We make them 5 gallons at a time. We don't make them like one here and one there. It takes so much money to do one at a time. It's so much cheaper if you just do large containers. Do we store it there? No, we don't store any of the paints. Everything's made to order. When you store paints and they've been there for a couple of years, they have problems. So we don't want any of that. We want everything made fresh. All right, so we have to go there. This has to be removed. Update for this just won't be coming out this year. This will be pushed back till 2025 because I do want to be able to display this screen here on a 235.1, but we still have more work to do in here before we get the drywall and screens and the floor raised and all that stuff. So bit of a process for everything. All right, let me see where we're at in this. This is, do we have this right here? Oh, I got the same bubble display that I have at the, wait. It's a black show. Oh, this is all going to have to be redone. Literally all this is going to have to be redone. Because none of these paints won't exist. So they have to be redone. Oh, yep. Because the new technology will be taken over. Alright, that means we have to do table displays, all that stuff. I'm not worried about the backyard stuff because we got the whole freaking park over there to play around in. And I just got my permits from the city to be able to go over and show in the park when I'm ready. I got an EcoFlow system coming in that's portable. I can hook up my projector and equipment, speakers and all that stuff, and all that open area up there. I can set up a screen up there and let people enjoy it. I think that's the best thing to do, and just get people's consent written. We have to have a consent form people can sign, giving us permission to use their pictures and videos or whatever, and they can go out there and they can watch the screen. You can get a reaction from people watching the screen and the technology outside. I think that's a better way of doing it. The garage has several large walls that actually near the city area, and this will allow us to be able to display our screens out there. And then there's an area which actually a very smart idea. Somebody bought a huge window down here, and people pay to advertise in their window. It's a ton of traffic. Well, it's right in the center of Allentown, so you can't miss it. And I think adding our ad tech technology in there is going to be sick, because it'd be the only thing that stands out. And then on top of that, the other people that are looking to advertise will also be magnetically connected to that screen in that area. We'll get a lot more exposure there for that technology. All right, so first things first, before we get into all this, I need to go in and put a policy in. So policy we need to have in is the 5-gallon bucket process. All right, let me see. We have to go over to, matter of fact, I'd rather just dump it in every shopping cart, because again, this policy, it's going to still be the same policy we're going to have for the technology over here, the new technology coming out. Let me see. I need to go over here and grab our pages, and I need to go into Black Shop and incorporate this policy. Until then, we need to get a notebook so we can write down the policy. Do we have a notebook available? Yeah, notebook is right there. And we can go from there. So basically, like I said, we have nothing to hide. And outside, you'll be able to see that because I got installed solar panels on the roof. So you'll get a chance to watch me climb up on the roof. We're going to set the camera out somewhere. I'll probably have somebody hold it or where we're going to have it at. And you'll get a chance to watch me climb up on the roof and show you how to easily install the solar panels. We're going to build the deck. So we're going to show you how we build the deck from the ground up. So you'll see the back of the house, your back of the house, with no problem whatsoever. Because I got to go out there and I have to fix stuff over there. I have to cut the aluminum siding and repair all that. And then I have to go install the foldable deck that's going to have this rear projection screen. You're going to set up. So you get a chance to see all that from the back of the house. And then I'm going to be doing some trim work around the neighborhood. So I'm going to be wearing my my GoPro so you can watch me take care of the neighbors, cut their grass and take care of them and stuff like that. So that's kind of stuff I want to add in, half with the simple life, and also too with my company. We are coming out with a tiny home screen setup. It's going to have a customized paint to it and everything. It's going to be sick. Absolutely sick. I can't wait till we start working on this. Because I've seen a couple of homes. They have white screens and they have these little cheap projectors in there. We're going to set this up so it works with a portable projector. Like I like the ViewSonic, Sony, Optima. I gotta buy me a couple of real portable projectors so we can do some testing on this. The ones I have are okay, but they're too old. They're way, way, way too old. So I'm gonna get me some Sonys, ViewSonics, and I think there's another one called Cumi. Cumi's one. They make really good projectors too. We have a couple of their. I had a couple of their projectors. So we want to do a package deal with those projectors, the screen, and some Bluetooth speakers for the tiny home setup. So what I'm going to have is when I get to 7 acres, I'm going to have a couple of these screens on display, and these tiny homes we're going to have on display for people to come and check out. All right, so let's start off with let's see, get our little microphone system here. Let's see. All orders are processed in 5-gallon containers. All orders are processed in 5-gallon containers. Let's start that off with the capital, please. And as you can hear now, I'm not so much talking about the nonsense because we got everything done. We're finished. I'm happy. I got everything done. Actually, I got it done for Thursday. I got everything done. All paperwork, everything's processed. All we have to now is just sit back and wait. That's all we have to do. Everything's done. So that's it. I'm happy. Load of nonsense off my chest. And I can go back to work and do what I've been doing. Now, and keep in mind, because everything's been processed, everything's been done, anything that comes up in between this time of here where I'm working or doing anything else is considered to be evidence for court. Extra evidence for court. So that's what the officers and that's what the agencies were explaining to us. If we're contacted, if we get any emails, anything that pops up, and they don't care if it's from him or anybody else, it's all part of the case. Everything's a part of the case. Anything involved in anything with this is a part of the case. So you don't want to become an accessory. It's the last thing you want to become. Anyone outside of that wants to do something stupid, you will become an accessory. Enjoy your freedom. See, I'm walking around Allentown enjoying my freedom, recording giant horses and all that stuff, enjoy my freedom. You want to be able to do that every day. You don't want to wake up with in a 4x8 with somebody 300-pound roommate underneath of you. You don't want to wake up like that every day. Enjoy your freedom. That's one of the things that I basically do not take for granted is my freedom, because I lost it when I was younger and I was able to I was blessed to be able to get it back. So I enjoy every minute of it. So I'm going to be checking out. When they have the car shows in down, I'll show you the car shows they have down. It's freaking insane. That's another reason why that prompted me to move down. So, well, of course I moved down because of my mother, but it was the car shows. My sister was walking around and here I am trapped in this house where I can't go anywhere because its fear is keeping me from going anywhere. And my sister's showing me recordings of car shows. I'm like, oh, I love car shows. You know, muscle cars. They bring just about everything you could possibly think down there. It's insane how amazing it is. I'm like, man, I need to be down there. Summertime, I'm sitting there with me and Taco staring at the screen, and she's down there walking through this amazing car show. So, yeah. They have all kinds. They're going to have a pumpkin fest, something going on down there. And they're supposed to have all these vendors coming down. I'll show you. I'll put the camera when we walk through. It is crazy. They got beer fest down there. I don't drink, but they got, I come down there just to see what goes on with the beer fest. It's just interesting. They got this stuff down there that I can have with the beer fest. It's interesting. I like to talk to people like, hey, so how's it taste? And I love when people explain beer by having a fruitiness or having a kind of a smoky taste, and how they explain it. It shows a person that really enjoys a good beer on how they explain it. You know what I mean? And that's why I like to talk to them and ask them questions. I'm curious about that part, but I can't drink it. I'm like, how do you know it has an earthy taste? Like, how can you taste that? And they're like, I love talking to people who drink beer or wine or anything on the way they explain it. All right. So they're supposed to have something like a Renaissance set up down here, which I can't wait. If they do have a Renaissance, I'm going like a Black Knight. I'm definitely getting myself some cool armor. I heard it was supposed to be having something like that, like a kind of a medieval festival. Oh my goodness. I'm definitely going in with some armor. I'm gonna have some fun and walk around and have some fun. All right, let me see. All orders are processed in 5-gallon containers. All orders. Okay, be better. Put down. All orders are made to order. Let me see right here. All orders are made to order. So that means nothing sitting around, none of that. We get an order for somebody in, we process that, we're done. We do another 5, we process that, we're done. We don't have anything when we have containers sitting around and all that and waiting. No, we're not doing that. I don't want to do that at all, period. I want everything fresh. I know I copied that twice. All right, so all orders are made to order. All right, here. We need to put up a test screen in the other unit too. We're going to put up a big test screen, about 100-inch test screen. Have a projector already set up there. We'll use Old Faithful. We'll get another Old Faithful projector. I like the Sony. We'll pick up another one, and then we'll mount her in, and it'll be done. And then that way, when we get done, we can take a 5-gallon container and just to the wall. We'll have extra lights in that section and brighten it up in there. And we'll do our test in there to show that the product is working perfectly fine. Everything will be recorded, and then we'll have it embedded to a QR code, which will be on the side of the can, and you can always go on the side of your can. You can watch your demonstration of your product before it was ever shipped, which is called the batch number. So what this does is it protects our company, because number one, all our products are tested before we actually sell them. They have to be. We have to be to make sure everything's tested, is working perfectly fine. When you make it at 5 gallons, that means if we have a complaint that comes in and somebody says, hey, it's not a subscribe, it's kind of hard to get around that when you're basically making it 5 gallons at a time, which means the entire bucket would have to be tainted in order for that to happen. Another thing too, on basically having the batch numbers, it also proves that the product was tested again before it was shipped out, as we do all our products, to make sure that they work perfectly fine. So it's virtually impossible to get around this. Virtually impossible. Now, if you were to say, okay, I'm not used to the black levels, then basically we advise you to read through the policy. It's why we have these massive policies on there. We don't have like bits and pieces of wording and all that nonsense. We have massive, huge ropes of policies and read through it. Well, I warn you, read through it because it says that your white levels will drop. Anytime you use any form of darker technology, any kind, white levels will drop. It will not maintain the same way. There has to be a sacrifice field in there. Gray screens produce a higher white level, but the sacrifice is to contrast and color, and also too they lose ambient light rejection technology. Darker screens produce heavier contrast levels, better color. They have ambient light rejection technology embedded into them, but their white levels drop. Now it depends on how much the white level drops. If the white level drops too much, then the screen becomes unusable because it has something called oversaturation of contrast because the contrast levels are too high. Ah, yes. So this is why we do the black versus black. A black versus black demonstration not only displays our technology's ability to be able to overshadow darker products and produce a higher white level, but it also too gives it the ability to show that it cannot match any other household product. But this is a way how we measure white light coming through a screen. And this has to be done on several different forms of projectors. It must be done on ultra short throws, which gives off an interesting light source. It must be done on the low lumen projector, another interesting light source. And it must be done on a high powered projector, again, that gives off an interesting light source. The reason why, because we run across people saying, well, if I use a 5,000 lumen projector on black paint, I should get the same results. We have to show them, no, you cannot. If I use 1,000 lumens, it demonstrates on how advanced the white levels can push through because again, the theory behind black technology is it requires high-end projectors, it requires dark environments. So you have to be to debunk all that. That's why the black versus black demonstrations are extremely important. And this is the same thing when it comes down to gray screens. When a gray screen is tested against another gray product, it has to be to produce a higher contrast in that product, better color in that product, and it has to be able to produce both of those in a fully lit environment better than that product. If it matches that product in any way whatsoever, this becomes very stressful for the person who makes this. This will drop and depreciate the product by a lot. Pretty much the same value that the paint is worth and maybe lower. Because again, if a paint can do the same thing, why would I pay the same thing for a product that I'm going to be paying for shipping, a surcharge fee, and other stuff that may pop up that's going to cost me more than just going down to Home Depot and Lowe's and pick it up and it'll cost me less. So you have to be under that. Yeah, that's why. So there's a lot that goes in on that. So that's why if you're not getting the batch numbers on the containers, if you're not getting showing that the products were tested before they were shipped out, that is a major red flag that product will probably end up matching house paint. That's what's going to happen. Now, while we were here, we had several screens in here. I've had Goose Screen here. I've had several other companies. I'm not going to say any accusations, but just put it this way. I've done the test. It was shocking. Not going to say it did. Not going to say it didn't. But just say it's interesting, extremely interesting. And it makes you wonder on how much of it out there is actually matching an everyday tone. So let me see. Containers, all orders are made to order. All right. Now, one of the things we have on our site is called, and it's on our shipping policy, it's a batch number policy. Within the batch number policy, over here in Pennsylvania, small claims court is about $12,000. So within the batch number, if you falsely make a claim against the company, we definitely take it to small claims court. In small claims court, basically you have to beat the batch number test. So you have to beat the 5-gallon container, and you're going to have to beat the batch number test, which means you're going to have to show that some magical way your product is the only one that came up defective, or the entire container came up defective, which was tested twice. And then you're going to have to be able to show that a product of yours that was shipped to you was properly tested using a projector much lower than yours and an environment much brighter than yours, failed and you're failed. So it's almost impossible to get around one of those things. That's why we designed them. On top of that, to ensure as a guarantee to our customers that our products are tested. If you fail to do this in court, you lose 12 grand. So, have to have those policies in there. And for some people saying, oh, but you're just ripping people. How am I ripping anybody off? We're the ones doing all the testing. Like, what part of that we're not understanding? We're doing all the testing. Other products you're buying, you don't even know if you're getting house paint shipped in the mail. Is there any test on that? No. Some of that stuff already matched. So you already know that already. So yeah, where are the tests? Where are the batch numbers? Where's your product being tested before it's shipped out? So where? Nothing there, right? Okay, then. That tells you right there. Half of y'all got stuff sitting on your wall right now that if I were to walk into your apartment or house, I can come there with a network gray and go down the side of your wall. I bet you it match. Do it yourself. Find out. Not just with one person. All of it needs to be tested. Every bit of it. That's what that guy figured out when he was on doing the videos. I saw the demonstration. I was like, well, gee whiz, that's kind of jacked up. He was not what he was doing was jacked up to the match. I was thinking, like, do any of these companies do these tests at all? I guess they figured that no one would ever think of it. All right, let me see what we got going on here. I'm going to go back to this over here. Oh, man. And yeah, there are going to be other companies besides that individual, got himself in a heap of trouble. They're going to be ruffled and get their upset and angry. What are you angry and upset for? If a big company and we say, hey, does that stuff match freaking house paint at the end of the day? What are you going to do? You're going to sue me because I made a speech? I bet you talked about a product that could match. That's freedom of speech, baby. At the end of the day, you have to be to back it up. Just like if somebody says our product's not my black paint, well, you can make it for us and see if you can make a product. And if that fails, then you can ship us down the paint if you want. I mean, we'll back it up right on YouTube Live. I got no problem with that. That's easy for me. But how many people can say that at the end of the day? Got to be to back that up. I think they should do the same thing with the knockoff projectors. The knockoff projectors are rampant. I mean, they're rampant. Can't go anywhere without bumping into one of those things. And if you don't know what you're buying at the end of the day, you're going to get ripped off. And then you're going to try to buy our product. And we're like, what kind of projector you got? And I got a Dragon Ball Z special edition. I'm like, nope, can't sell it to you. And it's not worth the headache. Not going to work. Just like the 8-man incident. We literally bought someone's projector because he refused to back down. I explained him, like, look, man, this is not going to work. We don't support it. They went into the whole specifications of the machine and how it was supposed to be this, that, and the other. I'm like, oh, man, how much is this projector? The projector was like $35. Went and bought the projector, did an unboxing, hit the screen with it, and I was like, this thing sucks so badly. Like, I had a knockoff projector that was literally better than that thing. Threw it in the trash. That's what I did with it. I didn't even want my money back. Just threw that thing right in the trash. Worst projector, I think, so far was the 8-man projector. That was the worst thing I've ever seen. And I had a knockoff projector that was better than that. Better than that projector. Sent the video back to him. Oh, it don't work. And this is after I recoded his screen twice. Paid for the shipping twice. Reimbursed the shipping twice. So I was out money. Some people will listen to us and we say, hey, the projector, we won't support it. You don't have to spend the money for expensive projector. I got plenty of people we work with on eBay. Let me send you over to one of them. You buy from them, it'll work. And they never have any problems. Let me see. Oh, I like that eye kills me right there. I want a business card that looks like that. Literally, it moves back and forth like a eye. That'd be freaking cool. Oh, I've seen digital business cards, but man, them things are expensive. I wouldn't even want to give one of those away. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. I forgot about those. They got these business cards. You just got to just tap with your phone and it basically pulls it up. I forgot about that. I need to get one of those, honestly. Because, man, I spend way too much money for business cards. I'm gonna see about that. I think Vistaprint has one of those codes that we can put on our phone that somebody can tap with their phone and they can bring up the business cards, so we can put it right there, pull them out. 'Cause yeah, making business cards are expensive. We have to go with all policies on this one. These are physical screens. These are only physical screens that would be on the site because they have entire worlds built around them. The Black Series edition, the new one, has an entire world built around it. So we can't pull it, we can't take it off the site, but I need to update the policy on here. All right, let me see. Manage products. Okay. All right, let me see. This is the new one. 24 ounces. 24 ounces is going to be changed to 20 ounces. So we literally can't find a 20-ounce container. Is your machine going to fill 24 ounces? See, I got to look into that. Before we can change that, I got to find a machine. Do we have a machine that can do 24 ounces? We have to look at that because the machines have these adapter units. I don't know if we have one for 24 ounces. They make them in 32s. They make them in 128s. Well, I'm doing ounces again. They make them in 32s, 1 gallons, and of course you could do 2 gallons during all that. I wonder about that. I was curious. I think about that. All right, we'll put the policy anyway, but I gotta look up the machine. If there's one that does 24 ounces, would be nice. Or be 20 ounces. We can't get the 24s. All right, let me see. That's a showcase right there. We can put in. We have to put into. Put here. Put it. That's weatherproof. Right there. So I figured a fantastic way to test the gamer screen, which would be fun. So if you notice, we got this beautiful brook that goes past the house. And I ordered a screen that has these invisible legs. So if we set the screen in the water, we heighten it just enough, we can basically look like the screen's floating on water. I thought that'd be pretty cool. I actually want to do a demonstration like that. And we have to figure a way how to plug up the EcoFlow and all the equipment out to getting burned. We won't get electrocuted, but we'll short everything out if any snow gets into it. So I have to look up how we can do some of these recordings outside, especially with falling snow. That would be gorgeous. Or just to have, when we do the black screens, to have this all white snowy area and just have this black screen right in the center of it and have an image pop on it. That's the kind of stuff I'm thinking about. When I first saw that park, I was like, oh my goodness. The demonstrations we could pull off in that section would be insane. That's why I went down and got my permits. It would be insane. Just seeing all that white snow and this black object just pop up in the middle and the image just pop through. That stuff has that FLA technology. That stuff right through with no problem. And keep in mind, we do that in the sunlight, or we could do that basically on a cloudy day. It doesn't make a difference. That stuff is going to fire right through. Those demonstrations would be beast. So that's why I was looking at environment, how we can utilize it. All right, so right here, I'm gonna put down over here. I'm gonna put down, did it take my whole, only took half of this? Why didn't it just take the whole thing? Where are we at on this folder? Where are you at? Yeah. Why didn't you just put the whole folder and just give me half of it there? That doesn't make any sense. All right, let me see. All right, there we go. All right. We'll put down, see, processing. Okay, orders. Okay, so all orders are processed in 5-gallon containers. Our orders, please note, should put down please note in there. Let's see. Please note. R. And R should be not spelled that way, it should be spelled the other way. orders are made to order. Let's see, meaning that all orders are made fresh when orders are in, I can't do it, that doesn't even sound right. Meaning all orders are made fresh when orders are processed. Meaning all orders are made fresh when orders are processed. Now, as I said before, those people that want to copy our policy, keep in mind that everything we have on these policies, you would have to be able to uphold also. So, yeah. And like one of the things is called the snail mail policy. Snail mail policy, you're going to have to be to ship that item out all over again. Have the ability to do that. If it barely costs you, if you're making minimum amount to be able to process an order, shipping it out again, it's going to come out of your pocket. It doesn't come out of our pocket when we ship it out again. Let me see. Let's see. I want to get all this done because I want to concentrate on this other project I got over here. I have some fun watching these demonstrations and listen to other people's testimonies on the decisions that they made. This one woman came out of a 4,000 square foot house. You know how big 4,000 square foot house is? That is freaking humongous. Yeah, she came out of that to a tiny house. And her house was something like 195 square feet. That's amazing. That's actually amazing. Too much room. There's such a thing that's called too much room. I freaking love all these stories I'm reading about. People convert buses and all that stuff. I think the bus is a cool idea. I'm just curious. I was watching, like, how do you keep everything tied down? You know? And they have ways to get everything, the magnetic, some of the stuff that's magnetic and all that stuff. I thought that's pretty cool. All right, meaning where's the process? Let's go back over here. Oh, that's the soundboard I was looking at. How much that's gonna cost me? Jeez, that stuff is not freaking cheap. I'll tell you that much. Oh, where are you? Just came out of there. There we go. I think the only time I would have to put soundboard is if I was living near elk. You know the sound that elk gives off? They sound like sirens. That's what they sound like. It's cool, interesting. I would love to hear one, but I couldn't imagine how high that pitch has got to be. Doesn't even sound real. Sounds interesting. All right. All orders are processed in 5-gallon containers. Please note, all orders are made to order, meaning all orders are made fresh when orders are processed. All right. I like the way that sounds. That's better. It's so much more intelligent. That one right there. We'll put some bold to this, and then we'll drop a little heavier black into that to make that look much more darker. Better right there. Oh, this was black. My bad. Let me pick up that one. I want to take the please note. I'll put that in red. There we go. So that stands out. Right, so we'll take this whole set up here. Anything else we got to put in there? Let me see. Let's see. Yeah. All 5-gallon containers are processed through batch number demonstrations. So that means instead of us taking one can at a time, we just out the whole entire, we'll make a little more so that we don't take from anybody else. And then that way we just roll it onto the screen and basically paint and draw the screen right in front of you. So basically everything's recorded. I'm gonna have a camera set up there just for that particular purpose, just record and document that. All 5-gallon containers are processed through batch number. Batch number. Batch number demonstration. We'll put down retest demonstration. Now, those are the naysayers, because we know that you're probably in the room right now. Let me explain something to you about the batch numbers. You can't get around these things. Chances are, some of the items you probably have these serial numbers or little codes that's called batch number on it. So basically, that allows the company to be to back its product. You will find out that there's going to be no talk in between, back and forth. There's going to be none of that at all, period. The minute one of those batch numbers are violated, the cans are going to be stamped with special stamps on these cans to tell which one they are in inventory, who they were sold to, who they went to, everything. These cans are going to be, I got these cans I'm having designed, they're going to be actually pretty interesting on how we can track inventory. So with that being said, we will know if you got it from a customer. We will know everything about that can when we go track those certain numbers on the side of that can. Now, with that being said, if you violate this batch number, if you do a video saying our products are not what they're supposed to be, you will not get a cease and desist order. We will not send those out. We'll have attorney contact you as fast as possible to let you know that you've been summoned to appear in court and you're also being sued for $12,000. It's right there on the site. It's put there in bold writing, so everybody will know if you violate one of these cans, at the end of the day, you'll be sued for 12 grand. If you continue to do it, then we keep bringing you back into court and suing you for $12,000 over and over again. Now, for some people must think at the end of the day, well, why don't you just sue them for large sums of money? No, you don't understand. Coming into court alone is an inconvenience. Have you ever done it before, coming for traffic tickets or anything? Got to get up in the morning, got to go all the way down to this place, you got to wait for God forever to be seen. It's frustrating, it's a headache, and that alone can cause a person to go, you know, I'll never want to come back here ever again. It's freaking nuts. It's like going to the DMV, but the difference is you're being prosecuted. That's why. Because we know the process you'll have to go through. Meanwhile, us on the other end, we're just sitting back there just chilling, going, yeah, you know, date's coming up, You on the other hand, yeah. And the farther you're at, you're going to have to come down here to be prosecuted. So you have to spend some money for tickets and all that. Your air tickets could cost more than what you just paid for the product. Yeah, it's going to be inconvenience. It's going to be a headache. That's the whole purpose why we're doing it this way. Because it's a headache. But anyway, if you do a review and support and you say, hey, it's not to my liking, I don't like it, so and so and so, then that's your personal opinion. I respect that 100%. But the minute you start using the words like scam, ripping people, then yeah, we have to go file a lawsuit against you right from the door. I'm not sending out any letters or none of that. I'm not doing any of that. So for 2024, nope. Just going to go out and prosecute you right from the door. Move on. Go. If we have any other problems, just go to the right one. I'm already hiring a good lawyer already, like a good legal team, a couple of lawyers to back our products. And we're going to get another person that we're paying to basically, his job is just to scour the internet and just search. Unfortunately, what we're going through right now, and it's not, for me, it's not a bad thing. It's an easy process for me, for what I've had to do. We've gotten so much evidence on this individual. It wasn't hard to prosecute him at all. It wasn't hard to get the paperwork done at all. But we're going to use this individual and the other ones as an example what the outcome will happen if you violate our company. That's what they're going to be demonstrating. One of the things I noticed that we had this supermarket. When I lived in the hood, we had this supermarket that came in. It was a big supermarket. You know, usually if you wanted something like cereal and stuff like that, you would go to the local corner store. Those of you who live in those neighborhoods, you know what I'm talking about. So when you get like a major chain supermarket, in your neighborhood, it's a big thing, you know, because then you can get fruits and vegetables and all the things you couldn't get from the little mom and pop stores. So anyway, and if the mom and pops fear at the end of the day it's going to take from, but it never does. People always go back to the mom and pops because some people don't really feel like dealing with the crowds at the supermarket. They just want to come out, go to the store, get some meat, come back in. But anyway, I remember one store when they first came in there. The first thing the drug users saw, oh, we can rip this place off. We can go in there and steal whatever we wanted. Man, it didn't take long. They were getting busted left and right. Every time you walk in, you see somebody with handcuffs on being shoved into a vehicle. Every single time. They was on point because they knew the neighborhood they were moving into and they were prepared for it. The thing about it is the people on the other end didn't know how prepared they were for it, but they were very prepared. It's a corporation. Of course they're prepared for it. Pretty sure they did studies on the neighborhood and everything before they invested their money into it. And they made their money because people were flocking to serve. That place was crowded just about every single day. Yeah, they made their money, but with that, there was headaches. And they brought in that security force that locked all that down. But they had this thing called the wall of shame. Literally the wall of shame. Where you had, if you got caught, some of them, if you had lesser, like, you stole lesser stuff where basically they knew you would get out probably the next day or something like that. It was like pay a fine or whatever. They would have you hold the items and they would take a picture of you and they would stick you on the wall. And you would come in and you would recognize some of these people like, oh, shoot, ain't that so-and-so and so's? Yeah, the wall of shame. And in the neighborhood, they never let that go. They never, ever let that go, ever, if you ever got put on that wall of shame. But anyway, yeah, it was interesting going there like, oh my, seeing people that you actually know in there from the neighborhood, like, wow, really? But yeah, that's what they would stick you on that wall of shame. So you had an option, either get locked up, go through that process, even though you're going to pay a fine and get out, or take the picture and walk out the door. And some people would take the picture and walk out the door. And you would go in there and you would see, we just go in there and just look at the wall to see how many people we knew that was on there. It was quite a few people in the neighborhood that were taking things out of that store and getting caught. Yep, it was interesting. O&O, that's what it's called. It's called O&O. That was the name of the supermarket. So one of the things I noticed when I first walked in the supermarket was fresh fruit. Oranges, apples, stuff like that. I lie to you not when I tell you that it used to be a time in the hood that you didn't have those things. You had to go to the little corner stores and even sometimes they didn't have it. Rare you could get an orange or something like that. Now you go to upper class neighborhoods, they had all that stuff in there. They had places you never even heard of before. I remember when I went to Jersey and we were going on the high end part of Jersey where my other brother lives at. I'm like, well, y'all got one of these up here? What the freak? Because we would get all the freaking we would get the Sunday paper, but none of the stores that were giving off these sales were available in our neighborhood. Until we get out into those upper class neighborhoods and you would see all these stores. Yep. All right, here we go. All 5 gallons. Gallons, containers. All 5 gallons containers. Should be of. Yes, sirree. Projector screen paints. Let's see. Process through batch number retest. Retest should be retest verification demonstration. Retest verification demonstration. Retest verification demonstration. Let's see. And I shot at absolute majesty here before. Now, tomorrow I think we got a good day tomorrow. It was kind of chilly today, but tomorrow we got a good day. I am going to go walk over to the bench where I actually made the decision to come here. Actually, not that far from here, where I actually made that decision. I was down there sitting down there yesterday. I had to go pop over to Dunkin' Donuts, and I've never had one of those pumpkin lattes, whatever things are called. I'm gonna go try one tomorrow. See what that's like. Let me see. Oh man, my friends are funny. He's like, you never had a pumpkin latte before? Like, no, I never had one before. He's like, oh my god, it'll change your freaking life. I was like, right. So they're like, yes. Everything in your house, you start bringing stuff in with all them freaking festivals and all that stuff. You'll be running around the pumpkin field calling yourself the Pumpkin King. It's freaking amazing. You had way too many. Like, yeah. I tell you, one of the things I thought was a pretty cool trick that I don't think they make them anymore. Wait a minute. I remember Dunkin' Donuts used to have a white hot chocolate. Oh man, that was freaking amazing. I'm gonna check them out. They got Dunkin' Donuts not too far from here. I'm gonna pop over there tomorrow and see if they still got that. That was the best white hot chocolate ever. And you could buy white hot chocolate. You can. It was trippy. It was super trippy. Because, you know, in your mind, you're thinking hot chocolate. Did I order hot chocolate? I think I did order. Did I put an order in? I think I put an order for some hot chocolate. But anyway, it's super trippy because in your mind you're thinking chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Because you're used to hot chocolate being chocolate, not having a vanilla taste to it. But it's vanilla hot chocolate. It's amazing. So drinking this, you still are trying to process that it's chocolate, but it's vanilla at the same time. Oh man, I remember me and my buddy Troy a long time ago went up and got this bad boy. When I first saw the commercial, I was like, what? Because I'm a big fan of white chocolate. And I was like, what? That can't be real. And I was like, yo, Troy, let's go take a little trip. Got up and went down there and got this freaking white hot chocolate. Remember, I burnt my tonsils, man, drinking that stuff because it was hot in the middle, but it was cool on top. And I went, oh, that burnt my tonsils, but still, man, that stuff is freaking amazing. I don't understand that about fast food restaurants. I would never get this. They will come out with the most amazing stuff, but it'd be for short terms only. You can never ever get it again. Once in a blue moon, it'll pop up like the McRib, which I still haven't had one yet, believe it or not. But yeah, that Popeye's chicken sandwich, oh, I did that. I got that on the last day. Everybody kept talking about it so much. Chicken sandwich, chicken sandwich, chicken sandwich. And I was like, okay, let's go check this out. It was the truth. Then you start getting like, one time I was in the car and I was like, I wonder if I take the Popeye chicken sandwich and I put the chicken also from Chick-fil-A with the, oh my goodness. Have you done that one yet? Have you taken the Chick-fil-A nuggets with the secret sauce and put that in with a Popeye sandwich? Yep. Yes, you're right. Yes, you will. You will see the face of God. He will smile back at you and say, you are my favorite one. Is that freaking amazing? When I was in the car, I was like, my God, this is freaking amazing. These two need to come together. You need to come together and make this sandwich. Oh, it's freaking amazing. I think we all have done that, going to different places and say, I wonder if I mix this with that and how that would pop up. But that was a good combination. Oh, that was good. Now I'm thinking, and then one of the hamburgers they stopped making, Burger King made, and I don't know why they stopped making it. His hamburger was amazing. As a matter of fact, there's a couple and they stopped doing some crazy stuff. But I remember the freaking Halloween burger. If you ever had that, this is where they dip the bun in freaking A1 sauce. They soak it so it's black. It's a black burger. Oh my goodness. Like, I found out about this at the very last minute. That was the day they had the last promotion for it. And I got like one burger. And man, that thing was absolutely amazing. Amazing. And then they never brought it out again. Not ever. Not ever. I haven't seen it since. This is like 4 or 5 years ago since I've seen one of these. Burger King had this amazing freaking lemonade. It was the truth. Me and my friend, every time we would go down, we go get the lemonade and we get a couple of burgers or something, whatever. That lemonade was the truth. It was perfect. They stopped making that. They don't make that anymore. Unless somebody knows something about it, they make it, they don't have it. I remember the Homer burger. Who was that? Burger King. Burger King had the Homer burger. It was a burger that looked like the size of a freaking medium pizza. It was huge. That thing was awesome. They don't make that anymore either. But they make the other stuff they make that you're like, oh God, I'm buying this already. And you get home, you eat it, and it makes you feel like crap. So for those of you that are old enough to know, do you remember the McDonald's when they used to come in the styrofoam containers? You remember those back in the day? That's when a McDonald's hamburger actually tasted like McDonald's. You would literally get excited about going to McDonald's. It was like having Christmas. Now you go to McDonald's and you're like going, ugh, everything is, there it goes out the other end. Only thing good about McDonald's now is the fries. That's it. The hamburgers are garbage. I hate to say it for those people who are big McDonald's fans. I'm sorry, but their hamburgers do not look like what they display on the freaking menu. It looks like somebody ran over with a Mack truck. The only hamburgers I've seen so far that kind of almost look like the menu, Burger King, Wendy's, or if you really want to pay money for a burger, you go to like a freaking grill freaking shack and get a real burger where they basically press the emblem of the freaking restaurant into the burger. You know what I'm talking about. I went to a place where it was $27 just for the burger itself. That includes no cheese, none of that. That was $1 a piece. Everything you put on it was $1. Ended up with like a $40 burger, and it was freaking amazing. It was filet mignon, best burger I ever had. But now these burgers they make today, they're just nothing but cornmeal. Majority is just cornmeal. McDonald's milkshakes is still the truth. Yeah, but yeah, the rest of the food in there, nah. Couldn't pay me enough money. Every time I walk through McDonald's, I'm looking for a freaking jigsaw to come up on a freaking bike and say, do you want to play a game? Like, no, I'm good. I'm going to go across the street and get something from the diner. I've had enough of this kind of pain. Yep. All of it's bad, but yeah. But that Chick-fil-A, with Chick-fil-A is the truth, man. It is the truth. I ain't a big fan of their fries, and I don't like the whole square thing. The waffle fries, I'm not a big fan of that. But, yeah, they're freaking that secret sauce. If you get the opportunity, if they still have the Popeye chicken sandwich, and you put those two together, yeah. Yes, you would. It's amazing. I don't know if anyone's done it yet, or they probably have. All right, we got that policy for that, where we're talking about good food. But yep, McDonald's, when it came in the styrofoam containers, this is when McDonald's was the truth. If you remember the styrofoam containers. If you remember the styrofoam containers, you remember McDonald's land. That's when they had Grimace and the Hamburglar and all that stuff like that. You know what I mean? The whole McDonald's land in the background. You would play on the Jumbo Gym and all that crazy stuff. Yeah, that was around that era. You ever watched the documentary? I watched a documentary on companies, how the rise and fall of companies and how they fluctuate and what happened to them. You do know that all the characters, majority of the characters on the back of, if those of you remember Puff and Stuff, if you remember Puff and Stuff back in the day, some of those original characters back there were designed by the creator of Puff and Stuff. So along the line of some nasty dispute, they cheated them out of the payment for those puppets. And they lost and they got pulled, and that's why those particular characters disappeared. If you don't believe me, research it for yourself. I kind of like that kind of kooky stuff. All right, all orders are processed in 5-gallon containers. Please note all orders. There should be, there's a space in here, so there should not be a space in there. All orders are made to order, meaning all orders are made fresh when orders are processed. All 5-gallon containers of our projection screen paints verification are subjected to, I'm going to put that in correctly. See, paints. Let's see, verification. Paints. Go through a I feel it coming already. I feel it coming. One of the things you will realize, older people, young adults, you won't experience this unless there's something wrong with you, you'll experience. But I love when younger adults, when we have them in our family, and they try to relate to the older adults as they basically can relate on our level by saying that we understand what you're talking about. I'm like, no, you haven't. You haven't suffered enough in life to understand that at all, period. That's virtually impossible you would know anything about that. Wait till the day comes that you're sitting there consuming hot Doritos and, you know, feeling you can eat whatever the freak you want. And then you start smelling this weird acid smell coming through your nose. And the minute you think you're having a freaking heart attack, and they rush you to the hospital, you got freaking pain in your jaw, you got pain in your arms, you got a little pain in your legs, and your chest feels like if the alien's about to push through your chest. And you find out you have something called acid reflux disease. That means time is caught up to you, and you can no longer eat the crap you used to eat anymore. Yeah, now you got to figure out. Now you got to play the fantastic game of will this jack me up bingo? Because you got to figure out what you can eat and what you can't eat. Yep. So basically, sauce, which I just had basically a few minutes ago, some beefaroni. Ate it at the wrong time. What are you down there doing? Taco's having a fight right now. This is his fighting out with Hotako. But yeah, this is when you find out. For me, at 55, which I thought was 56, and that sucks too. I do this. This is what I do to myself. I started doing this when I was in my 30s. I would jump myself up by a year. So that way, when my birthday came up, ain't much of a shocker. Oh, you're freaking 31. I already know it already because I went through a whole year being 31. So it was an easy transition. So that's what I was doing. So I got in the habit of constantly doing it all the time. Now I realize when I go to the hospital, one time I went to the hospital and I thought I was a certain age. Like, no, Mr. Bird, you're like younger than that. I was like, what? They were like, yeah, like you kind of jumped your age a bit here. And I was like, oh, okay. I was looking forward to being 56. That kind of sucks right there. Because I was enjoying being 56. Well, whatever. I'm still keeping 56. I don't care. I'm keeping it. I'm not going to 55. But 55 sounds boring. That's boring. Into my old man. Okay. I'm not leaving that alone. T-shirt to t-shirt, really? Seriously? Do you not look like in a t-shirt now? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got to get the rest of my weight equipment in here, too. On top of that, I need to get the rest of my equipment. I don't have my chin-up bar here, and I'm missing my chin-up bar so bad. I can feel like I'm missing it. I got to get my rings in here. That's what I need to work out in. Yeah, I love my my build, man. It took me a while to get it back. It was a struggle. It was a lot of hard freaking work to get it back, to discipline myself, to tell myself what I couldn't have, what I couldn't eat. Yeah, it was something to get it back. I'll tell you one thing, I won't frown on people ever again saying, oh, it's easy, you can just lose the weight. No, actually, it was a pain in the neck to do it. It was a pain in the neck. You know what a wake-up call was? Seeing that image of me, because I didn't realize that I had gained that kind of weight. Because this is what, I'm going to show you my profile, what I look like when I went to Disney World. At 40 years old, this was my build. Let me go pop up. Let me go pop. Put my Facebook up. So I had to lose all that weight, get myself. Now I'm missing t-shirt weather. Oh, I hate freaking winter time. I can't wear t-shirts anymore. I love my t-shirts. My chest moves when I talk. You know how much fun that is? When you eat, I'm not moving on purpose. I had some girls say, you doing that on purpose? Like, no, I'm not doing that on purpose. I do 60 push-ups a day. And I do them in sets. I do my diamonds, I do my wide backs, I do my verticals, I do all of them. My body craves that now because I'm so used to doing it now. On top of that, my breathing's gotten better. My lungs are 10 times stronger. I had to stop taking the asthma inhalers. I'm not on prednisone anymore. I beat the crap out of that freaking disease. Yeah. So, when I got into martial arts, I was constantly training, all the time, every day, train, Makawaki training, heavy bags, all that stuff. I eat one meal a day. When I could eat one meal a day, you shrink your stomach. You're eating in a while, and then you go order all this food, and you take 2 spoons, and you're like, I don't want the rest of this. Yeah, that's what it does. It causes you to shrink your stomach. So yeah, that's what happened in that process right there. But then when I saw that picture of myself with my stomach like that, I was like, oh no, that's not me. I've never been that way, ever. Never been that way. I had to work and get that back. Let me see if I have on my folders here. I have very little pictures I take of myself. But yeah, and I hated the fact that I seen people do this. They would show pictures of their formal years on what they look like compared to what they look like now. I didn't want that crap. I got my body back the way it was. I had to work hard to get it, and there was a lot of sacrifice, a lot of hard work. And yeah, when I was lifting weights and stuff like that, I had to take it slowly because I had to slowly build my lungs up to that capacity again. Now, I got some boots. I can walk all over freaking Allentown with no problem. Throw a heavy pack on, no problem. Allentown got hills. One of the things I noticed when I was traveling up the hills, that my breathing picks up even heavier. So now I know I need to train on these hills because I need to overcome that process. And what better way to train? In the deep snow. Oh, I can't wait. But anyway, let me show you. So this is what I was when I was 40, when I went to Disney World. I'm gonna go straight to my account. Yeah, wasn't having that. Wasn't having that. And then on top of it, now I got the gray in. Oh, I freaking love the gray. I got my gray. My mom like, why don't you just shave that off? Why don't you just dye it? No, I like the gray. I got my body built the way I want. Nice small waist. Got my shoulders built up the way I want. Nice chest, flat stomach. And I got the gray in too. Oh, heck yeah. I like that. My baseball. Baseball. Put it down for a minute. I'm gonna put it on my page. Remember, I got stalkers. I got stalkers. Oh, by the way, I know some of you have already seen my profile picture because you try to make comments on it. Yeah, I'm a lot better looking than you. I'm built. Now, I'm going to be bigger than this now. Because I want to be much bigger than this. I was 250 at the time when I went to Disney World. Let me see. And that's my last degree right there. Taekwondo. See that patch right there? Those aren't usually Taekwondo. I was trained under a different teacher for that patch. It's an interesting patch. Oh, let me see right here. Bam. That's what I was when I was 40. When I went to freaking Disney World. And I lost all that when I got sick and ended up being 130 pounds. See how horrible that is when you're 130 pounds and you used to be that big at one point? And you lose all that work, all that time, everything that I put in to get my body like that, and then turn around and lose it all because I got sick. And then when they put me on the prednisone caused me to gain weight rapidly, really fast. So now I was overweight because every time I sit down, I could literally feel my stomach push up into my rib cage under my chest. It was like, no, we're not doing this. We're not. I'm not going out like this. If the disease kills me in the process while I'm working out, and it just kills me in the process, because it beat me down so bad that it made me feel like at the end of the day, this was my life and I had to accept it. I had to lay down and accept it. I had to deal with it. That's how it made me feel. But it got to a point, man, I said, look, at the bottom line, at the end of the day, I'm not going out like this. If I die lifting weights, if I die basically running, if I die basically coming off the medication because it's making me heavier, then so be it. But I'm not going out like that. And I started my path. And praying with the Lord, I was able to get myself back to where I'm at. Now, I'm about 190 pounds right now. I'm trying to get myself to 250. That's why I'm bringing in more equipment, going back to the gym, work out more, so I can actually get my muscle mass up much bigger than what it is now. I want to be a little more bigger than, this was a good size, but I want to be a little bigger. Let me go to which one. And then you naysayers, if you want to, no, you can't take that picture. You do, you get yourself sued. Don't be stalky. Don't be creepy, okay? That's weird. Very weird. Yeah, that was me over there. I had to take the other pictures down. She's like, you can't show them pictures. I pulled my shirt up. I was like, don't do that. Yeah. All right, let's get back to what I got to get back to. I'm glad to be, now I can show off these pictures and go, yeah, this is what I look like. And then they look at the pictures then and look at me now and go, okay, yeah, so, yeah. That was a big wake-up call when I saw that, that freaking, that red shirt. And yeah, I'm not doing that at all, period. All right, let me see. Let's get back to work here. Be off track here. Boom. All All right, let me see. Oh, I forgot. Y'all under investigation. Yeah, y'all send anything over. It's automatically. They wanted to. Everything's going over to that FBI unit. That's where it's going at. You send me anything at all, period, it goes right over there. Keep in mind, all emails are being traced. So it's FBI. At the end of the day, they got the they got the stuff to do it. They're a cybercrime unit. So all emails that we sent over are being traced and relook where they're at. So yeah, knock yourself out. Let me see. All orders are possible. Okay. Okay. This okay. Process. Yeah, but I didn't like that. Didn't like it one bit at all. And then my t-shirts won't fit me right anymore. My t-shirts, when they drop off my chest, they drop like curtains, like a drape. They don't touch my belt, nothing at all. That's how it's supposed to be. For me, that's for me. I'm sorry for anybody else, that's your thing. But for me, that's how it's supposed to be. When that t-shirt comes off my chest, my shoulder's supposed to push out. I don't have that flat line shoulders. It's supposed to come up like this on your neck. And when my t-shirt comes over my chest, it's supposed to drop off. It's not supposed to fit snug around my waist or none of that at all. And I shouldn't have to wear extra. I wear a medium, and it basically fits perfectly to my body. Nope. I saw that when I went to the doctors. I went to put a t-shirt on. I could feel the bulge on one side and the bulge on the other side. And when I move, oh, heck no. Nope. If I had listened to the doctors, I'd have been like 500 pounds and dead probably by now if I listened to them. Because they want to keep up in my prednisone tomorrow. We want you on more medication. More medication. They get mad at me on the comment like, Mr. Bird, what's going on? You're not taking it. No, I'm not taking it. No, I'm done. I haven't had prednisone in about 4 years. And ever since I started working out, I don't eat right. I kind of eat like a 5-year-old. But anyway, I eat 1 meal a day anyway. So I work out all the time. So I burn off whatever I eat. And I walk constantly all the time. So, but anyway, you know, they were disappointed. They were upset with me. Like, they were like, how come you're not taking, I don't take that stuff anymore. I'm freaking inhalers now. I just carry them things because it's just a habit of me carrying around. But I haven't had to use an inhaler in 3 years. Now, I'm not advising other people to do this. I'm really not. Don't do what Kenny does at the end of the day. But it just worked for me. I just don't have to use inhalers. I can go up and down these hills all day long in Allentown, and I don't touch the inhalers. That's it. You know a cool trick too, for those of you who run and work out? Let me show you something. This is a fantastic idea right here. For those of you who don't know about this trick already, I used to use these when I used to play hockey because those Hall's cough drops, I feel like they bring in more air. Like it does, it works for me. I used to carry these around because this worked with my anxieties. So basically, when I would have, sometimes some of the problems I had with breathing was in my head. Like when my nose got stuffed up or something weird, if I ate something weird, I would think I was suffocating because of the whole anxieties with the freaking lung disease. But the Halls, because it would basically give you that, I feel like the air was pushing through, it would basically fight my anxieties, and my anxieties would go away. I wouldn't have those problems anymore. And this is pretty much what did it, was the Halls. But now, I don't even use them anymore. But every once in a while, I miss the taste of them. But I used to have them on me all the time. Halls, constantly all the time. Be in someone's car, be cough drops on the car. So my pocket would be full of Halls because I wouldn't go anywhere without cough drops. I love the way things taste. But anyway, that was one of the tricks. But basically, if you're working out, these things are freaking fantastic. Because again, it allows you breathe a lot more, much better. You do. Much better. Oh, you get a chance to see my hockey skills soon. I'm about to go drop. Actually, I'm gonna process me a pair of missions. Yeah, they got that huge path back there. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have a ball with that. Let's see some of my hockey skills from back in the day. All right, we want to take this right here because we can't reduplicate this, and we gotta take it all from here. Basically, take this from here, copy right there. That is our other policy right there. We already have a back chamber violation. Should I put this in here? Yeah, because then they'll say like, oh, I didn't see it and wasn't there. Let's go pop up the batch number violation. Let's go through here. Come down here a little bit. I'm gonna drop this a little bit. I need to save this and come back to this cart. I need to go over to our, I could have got it from shipping. Could have went to shipping and got it. Let me see. We'll go to our shipping policy. Yeah, but I'll never do that. You know what? It's a good thing. All that happened to me. Everything happens for a reason. Me gaining all that weight and being big again and all. Well, not being big again, but being big for the first time. All that happened for a reason. And the reason why is because when I was lifting and I was working out every day, I was very, very arrogant. And I mean very arrogant. I looked down on people. I'm basically being upfront with you. I looked down on people and I thought at the end of the day that they were just lazy. And they didn't want to work out and they didn't want to lose the weight. That's how I felt about them at the end of the day. It doesn't make no sense that you're going to eat food and sit there and go to sleep on it for it to accumulate and have weight at the end of the day. Go take your body and walk around the freaking park. And who knows? They could have had medical issues. It could have been a number of things that didn't allow. It could have been depression. It could have been anything. But I didn't see it that way because I was going to the gym every day. I was working out 6 days a week. Twice a day, 6 days a week. And I looked at everybody else in a way like, oh, yeah, you guys are lazy. Look at you stuffing your faces for all the junk. And that's how I was. I was abusive on that level. But sometimes God will put you through something so you can see what it's like to be on the other side. And I got a chance to visit the other side. And I was like, gee whiz, man. I mean, I can't work out because I'm sick. Well, who knows how many people that I talked to couldn't work out because they were sick. Now, there are some people out there, yeah, that basically do not want to work out. And they do. They don't want to work out at all, period. And they have the ability to work out. But some of it's caused from depression, something bad that could have happened in their life, some kind of trauma that could have triggered it to begin with. It could be an illness, it could be anything. But I had to go on that side of the fence to see what that felt like. Now, this time around, I'm a different person. Sometimes you have to go through some stuff. And that's what I had to go through. I had to go through that whole process, trying to lose the weight, and the weight was a freaking headache, especially in the stomach area. It's a freaking nightmare to try to get off. And I literally had to starve myself. And I mean starve myself. Yeah, at one point that I think I spent an entire month eating freaking tea and Twizzlers. It was tea, Twizzlers, tuna fish, but not a lot because I couldn't have a lot of it. And it was watermelon. Watermelon is fantastic, especially for losing weight because there's a lot of water in it. Keeps your body from getting dehydrated and it fills you up. And every days I went out, I was so freaking hungry. I thought I was going to pass out, but I stuck with it. But I seen how hard it was. So I don't do that anymore. I had to go walk a mile in another man's shoes. I'm glad that God allows me to walk a mile in another person's shoes. Brings me down a level so I can know what it feels like. Let me see. We need to go over to shipping information. Boom! Let's pull up the file. We're not even the file. Where's whatchamacallit at? I need shipping info. There we go. Let's go pull the file up now. It's the giant file, the shipping file. Let's see, batch number policy. Here we go. This is a batch. Oh, it's 10,000. That's a mistake. It's supposed to be 12. All right, we got to go fix that. This right here is a batch number policy that sits on our website. So we need to put this in the front of the shopping cart. We'll take all this information right here. Oh, shoot. This is in white. Ah, oh, crap. If it's in white, it's going to transfer in white on the other site. It is. Damn it. I don't know why shopping carts aren't in black. All my shopping carts are in black. I forgot my shopping carts are in black. I don't think I'm going to be able to see this. Alright, okay, let me see. I got to go into editing mode to do this. I got to change out the color so I can see it transfer onto the white surface. When our shopping carts change over to go into black and editing mode, everything's in white. I would not be able to see this at all because it's transferred to a white surface first. So I'm going to have to go into editing and change the color out just for a minute so that way I can get it to transfer to here. All right, let me see. Let me go over to let me go over to come out of here and let's go save what we just did a few minutes ago. All right, let's see, then pop over. There we go. Now we need to go pop over to shipping. shipping. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm gonna go over to shipping. We gotta remove those. We gotta remove those and put that into the intro page because that's not gonna be available yet. Or we can put down 2024. All right. We'll be updating these videos right here because we can't use these videos for the process video because that's the old technology. This is our policy that was ripped off from here all the way down to here. The batch number, mine, this is right next to the batch number. The batch number was never touched because they can't put a batch number in because they don't do batch numbers. You have to do testing in order to do a batch number. So you have to have some kind of testing to do a batch number. Let's see, edit text right here. So this section in here, I need to move you over here for a minute. Thank you. All right, let me see. I need to go in. I'm gonna put you. No. Behave. Follow with me. Behave. All right, go to here. I need to drop that in red. That's perfect. Keep that in red. All right. Come out of this. All right, now we'll come back in again, which I should have copied when I was in there, but didn't think about it. All right, be nice. All right, let's come out of here. I don't want to copy the whole thing. I just want this section right here. Bring that back over there. All right. All right, there we go. Whew, I gotta get the deal. Oh, I forgot to get the DLC for the Hat in Time. I gotta go order that. I'm gonna get my DLC tonight. That game is freaking amazing. I love it. But if you ain't got patience, yeah, it'll cause you to scream out loud. It definitely is freaking tedious as I don't know what, if I'm saying that correctly. And it's freaking you will die thousands and thousands of times. It is freaking interesting. But yeah, that game is pretty cool. I'm getting the DLCs today for it. Kind of forgot about that too. All right, let's take this right here. So this is the batch number policy. I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to save this because we have to go pop over to the other page and then come back and change this back to where it was. But we need it because if it's in white and what we're doing, our editing page is white, we're not going to be able to see it. So, okay, so let's go save that and then we'll come back to that. And we're going to pop over to our other page again, because we need to have this now installed in every single page. Let me see. All right, that batch number policy is on the website already. The other pages might be a problem because they're at 8,000 max. We know that already. So this policy would have to be outside the page so we can accommodate the Black Series Edition, which is maxed over 8,000. We can't fit it in there, so there's no room because the specification sheets are huge. So we'll have to have this outside. But right now, for the new updates, we'll have this inside. And still will be displayed. All right, but it'll be displayed on the marketplace underneath where we have the Black versus Black demonstrations. And then we're going to be building another page for our Black versus Black because I want to bring all the Black versus Black demonstration on one page category so we have them all there. Oh, and you know, we have a page for 1,000 lumen demonstrations too. Yeah, we call it the stack. Another stack. So basically we have people saying, well, you know, here you go. Here's a giant stack. Take an entire page. It's literally an entire web page. Take the whole thing. Knock yourself out. Enjoy. Let me see. Literally, if you're testing, honestly, if you're testing screen paints, you got to have more than 10 projectors. You need tons of them in order to basically test your screen in tons of unboxings. You have to. If you're doing the same projector on the same, could react differently on another machine. They even had a 4K in here at one point, and when we found out the 4K and the 720p looked exactly the same, we were like, I ain't buying a 4K projector anymore, and I don't need to buy one. Haven't bought one since. We got the videos up there backing it up. So we don't buy 4Ks. It's not required. You don't need them. 4K is needed if you have a gray or white screen. You have to have 4K. And high contrast and high lumens. Dark environments. You know what I'm getting at. All right, let me see. By here, let's go pop back over here. Hey, I'm on vacation. Never been there. I'm on vacation. All right, let me see. All right, let me see. Right here already. Let's grab this. I'm not playing my game system right now. I gotta do this first and get this out of the way because freaking tomorrow the caulking comes in, so I gotta caulk this wall over here to get it prepared and get that ready. And then once this wall is finished and done, Thursday and Monday the rest of the thermal wrap comes in, and we could finish. This wall will be done. The garage door will be finished. We can't do this wall yet because I have to raise the floor first before I can install in the bathroom. And we need the back wall of the bathroom has to be done, which I have to wait on that. But I'm gonna have to panel the garage. Literally every square is gonna be paneled, so that's gonna be done. So Monday's gonna be an interesting day. And we can't do the floor yet because we have to raise the floor first. So there's no point putting it on the floor until we get the floor ready. So then the drywall on this side, I gotta pick up this thing called sound barrier board. Because the guy was like, well, if you didn't do the 258s at the end of the day, you're still going to have some sound transfer through. You need something to be able to block that completely. Even though we have the foam padding on the other end, they're like, it does block some, but not the way I want it to block. I have to spend some money. So I have to go out and get a foam. I have to get these things right here. So this right here is called a barrier. This is called a soundboard. A soundboard sound barrier. This is what you have to have. These units right here. And these babies ain't cheap. They're freaking $42 for one. I thought they came in two because at least the drywall could have sold in sets. But I'm hoping this is sold in sets. The guy said chances are it's probably one. That's let's say $43. $43. And we have to use 4 of them for this setup over here. Yeah, it's gonna cost a little bit. And then actually 5, because I have to break it up and put it around the cut it to size around the garage door. So the garage door is going to have that wrapped around it in the inside. So yep, that's what the guy said I needed. He said if I get that with the 5/8 and that right there, I won't hear jack coming through the other side at all, period. So that's what I want. That's what I'm going to have to pay for. That's what I'm getting. And right now the drywall and all that's on hold until we finish soundproofing the wall, put the insulation in, and once that's done, we can put the drywall in, get that done, get the soundboard, which we need on one side, on this side only. The rest of this is pretty quiet. Yeah, that's it. We can start drywalling this place up. Once we get the drywall done and I get the floor raised and the floor is done, we're finished with that. I put the panel system I want to put in the ceiling because I got this panel strips I want to put in because I still want to be to see through and see the ceiling, but I want these little strip panels put in with strips in it, and I want that to match the floor. The floor is going to be interesting too because with the floor, I could go with the 4x8 plywood. I could do it that way and then lay down some linoleum on it, but I don't want to do it that way. I want to put mine down plank by plank by plank. It's going to cost me a lot of money, but that's the way I want to do it. I'm going to do the other, well, I have to do the other house. Well, yeah, because they did plywood. They did whatchamacallit, the floor in the sheds. But we're building it from the ground up. I definitely want to do it plank by plank. So if I do a plank by plank, I get a more traditional hardwood floor, and that's what I want to do. So that's what we do. So once the floor and all that's installed in, then we can start installing the bathroom, which is going to be 4x7. I can start building the frame for it, and then basically putting insulation and everything else I want to put into it, piping and plumbing and all that other stuff. And then I can basically start putting in the drywall, and then once the drywall is all put in, we're good from there. We can start doing the tile work and all that stuff on the inside to make it look real nice, and do the painting on the outside, stuff like that, you know. So yeah, it's going to come along quite nicely. Now my lighting system, like I said, I'm designing my own lighting system for this place. I got something interesting I want to use with the lighting system. I got a chance to experiment any other house. My lights will be fully remote control, and I can change the mood. And it'll be bright enough to do exactly what I need for them to do. So all this should be done because the money's already in my account. Everything's in my account right now. It's just in stages and basically how long it's going to take for this stuff to get here. But I literally already had the money already saved aside to finish the job and get it done in here. Part of it. Then the other half is basically the because Robinhood's paying for this. My Robinhood account that I invested in NVIDIA like about 4 years back. I invested in NVIDIA, so I'm making good money off the Robinhood stock. But anyway, yeah, that's what's building this place. Orders that I'm getting from, that's all being dropped in the bank. I don't spend any of that. That goes into a separate banking account. I'm saving up for something. Let me see. Yeah, because when I seen what NVIDIA was charging for video cards, I was like, oh, shoot, I need to get in on this. They got to be making a killing in their stock. Let me explain something to you about the Robinhood stock. If you're expecting to get rich overnight, forget it. Very few people do this. Extremely very few people do this. The best way I work with Robinhood, I had a friend of mine, she was a financial genius. She makes good money at it with Robinhood. She said from the door, don't expect to get rich. Go for it for the experience, get knowledge to understand how it all works. Take $100 with you, spread it around on the stocks that you think, do some research on the stocks you think that basically will do well, people buy a lot of, or whatever, you know what I mean, very popular stock, and just spread it around. Put $10 here, $10 here, you know, out of $100, and sit back and watch this for one solid year. Yeah, you watch it for one solid year. And you get a chance to see what stocks will give you a little dividend, maybe it be a penny or 2 penny, whatever, but they pay out. And there's some that don't pay out at all, period. And there's others that, even when they're dropping, you're losing tons of money, and those are the ones you definitely want to go near. But then you got ones that do drop and you lose very little. You lose some, but not a lot. The ones that are actually going to make you more money, and you're going to see more money come back to you, like you're going to see, like you invested $10 and say, hey, basically in about 6 months or so forth, you got $50 in there waiting for you. So basically what I figured out through all the things I tested, Netflix, Facebook, all those, NVIDIA was doing fantastic. It was doing amazing. Because again, the graphic cards are freaking still expensive to this day. They're still in high demand. The chip pretty much is embedded in just about everything you could possibly think of. It involves those NVIDIA graphic cards. And even through COVID, that thing did incredible. It still made me good money. So I took all the money off at the end of the year of all the other stocks, and I stuck them all into NVIDIA. And then I dropped about $10,000 into it, and boom, there you go. I can live off that. So if I want, I can quit all of this, do something else, and collect off my stock. I had it on there for years. So I make pretty good amount of money off of it. But when I first got on it, I didn't get on it. Some people get on there and they put money on it and they're expecting to be millionaires overnight, and they get mad and they pull it off. You know, you pull a stock off, there's basically a penalty for this. I don't know if they have the penalties on the Robinhood, but real other stocks that they have at the stock market, you pull a stock prematurely, then there's penalties behind it. You will lose money on that stock when you pull it off too prematurely. But yeah, it's a fantastic way to do it. Is look at it as a learning experience. Take $100, spread it around, and just watch. Get information from your investments. And then when you see which one's doing the best, then that's the one you push into. I tell people right from the door, look, they said, what stocks are good? I said, go to NVIDIA. Go put your money on that. I guarantee you. It's a fantastic stock. I give that advice to a few people. I'm giving it to you right now. NVIDIA is an amazing stock. And they pay you out your dividends. Every month you get paid your dividends. So when I was on there, and that $10 was sitting on there, I was getting like a penny. Didn't make a difference if it was 2 cents or whatever. It showed a fluctuation that they paid me. Some stocks didn't pay me jack at all. But like, well, you're only getting a penny. It's not the money, it's the experience. So now I know which one of these stocks, after a year's time, I watched it drop, I watched it rise, I watched it drop again, I watched it drop and drop to see exactly how much money I would lose off of this if I'm investing in money into this. Did fantastic. I loved it. So that's what I dumped all my money into. Yep. And that's what's paying for this and everything else. So I take a little bit off the top, what I need. I got myself a little debit card. They give you a debit card. You can take your money off. And I just buy what I need and just keeps put a little money sometimes, a little less, whatever. You know what I mean? Yep. All right. So let's get back over here. We got to put this whatchamacallit here. Going back in here, we're in the black shop again. I gotta pop this back up again. I get that from all the time, and I said, "Oh, you do the first thing they asked me, you do Robin?" I said, "Yep." I said, "What did you invest in?" I said, "NVIDIA." Anytime I sit there and I get freaking a GTX 1050 low profile graphic card. And I sit there and paid $140 for this card. And I come around, this card's like $400 or $500. I'm like, okay. Stuff is still expensive. But that stuff is embedded in everything. All right. Any future games, any future technology comes out, it's embedded with their technology. Let me see. We need to go back to this one right here. I think that's when we put it in right there. Oh man, it's a place I want to show you when I get downtown. They got a luxury chocolate shop. That's what I love about Allen. All these little pockets of stores. You walk into these stores, it's like walking into a whole different world. It's like a Harry Potter effect when you walk into one of these places. It's like it's a very historical area, and it's kind of like you kind of walk back into that century every time you walk into one of these little pocket stores. And I love finding these places, man. I love finding these places. I found an antique chocolate shop right in a little corner, little mom and pops. Oh, they're gonna be getting a lot of my business. They'll be knowing me by my first and last name when I walk in there. Places like that, I love places like that. I always support small businesses. Always going to support them, and you'll see me in there every day. The man up the street, the guy, I go walk up to the store to go see him. I walk up the hill and I go do my business over there. I say, you'll see me here every day. He sees me every day. I get discounts, whatever I need over there, because they know I'm gonna come up there every day. I got 3 places I buy t-shirts from down here. I got a special t-shirt I like to wear. It fits me nice. 3 places. I would take a lift and drop $20 on a lift to go back and forth just to pick up a t-shirt because I like their business. If business is good, that's where I'll go, no matter what. I got couple places down here I eat. There's a place I go get my hoagies at. Only place I get my hoagie. Where you saw that box of pizza, I will spend $20 on a lift just to go pick up a pizza from this place because the pizza is the bomb. Freaking love it. If the food is good and the service is good, I just keep coming back. I'm just one of them people. And people who do them cheap tips, how dare you? Shame on you. You know who you are. You tip more than that? Come on. I tip $20. That's what I tip. Anytime a person comes to the door, I drop them $20. Guess who food gets there faster than everybody else's? Matter of fact, little short story here. When I was at the sneaker store, I remember we used to order food, and every time the guy would come there, I dropped him $20 every single time. I'm not expecting anybody to drop someone $20, but my buddy TK was cheap. Give him 50 cents. 50 cents. Really? Like, would you want somebody to give you 50 cents if you work hard to bring him your food at the end of the day, but he not doing anything, this, that, and the other? Well, you want to go pick it up, or you don't want to go waste the gas to go pick it up, but you're going to give him 50 cents. And every time he would get his food, you know, it just be what it was. I get my food, I get extra food. How come you get extra? Because I get a guy $20. I treat them, you know, pay them for their time. Give them $20 every time. If the food's really, really good, I go into a restaurant here, I tip 50. And what I do is I get money. I don't give it to the machine, because if I give it to the machine, that person worked hard. That waiter worked hard all day long at that table. And what the restaurants sometimes do, they'll split the tip with the other waiters. The other waiters weren't at that table. He was at that table. So I'll go back to the ATM machine, grab $50, walk over to him, shake his hand, and give him the money and walk away. That's how you do it. But if I'm tipping high, I never put the money on the table. I'll go to the ATM machine, grab the money out, come back, shake his hand, say, hey man, what's up, man? Thank you so much, and you slip him the money. I don't think they should share tips. If you worked hard at that table and the other person doesn't work hard, they should get the same tips. All right, we got it here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm putting which one right there. Boom, yeah, because if it came up in another, it wouldn't have shown. So there it is right there. So what we got to do is we got to change this right here. Oh, too far up, way too far up. Let's inchworm this thing in there. All right, there we go. Come on, right there. All right, I need to bring this down 1. So this is the violation. For violation of batch number, and it shouldn't be 10 in Pennsylvania, since this is where you'll be going to. Well, hopefully you're not going here. Hopefully none of y'all break this rule, you know. Let me see. We can bold this one, and we can put this one has to be done in red. This is a penalty. There we go. So hopefully you don't have people that don't break this, okay? Because if you do, it's 12 grand. And then for them from you at the end of the day, say, hey, well, I got 12,000, then goody goody two shoot. Thank you for your money. Bye bye. You can brag you got 12,000 to kill. Hey, no problem. Thank you. Do it again, that's another 12 grand. You do it again, that's another 12 grand. If you got the money to pay it, but we know you ain't got the inconvenience, which means it'll take time out of your work schedule, whatever, because when that court date comes up, you're going to have to show up. And if you do it enough time, then this is going to show that you're maliciously doing this, and then we're going to file criminal charges on you next. That'll be the next stage. Because now we see you're just doing it for the sake of doing it because you got 12 grand to blow. Then we'll just basically file a criminal charge on you. But then again, who's that stupid to do that? Like, literally. It's the fact that I have to act. The reason why I say that, because we have people literally that dumb who do dumb stuff. So that's why I had to say that. But I mean, who? Why? Who else would do something that dumb? Really? Mind you, this stuff right here is going to have patents attached to it. Do you slander it and whatever? Yeah, but if you basically try to make this stuff, that lawsuit's a little different. That's a civil court lawsuit. That's a couple $1 million right there you're going to be sued for. That right there will get you in some trouble. That'll be a civil lawsuit or federal lawsuit, whatever you put it. Then you're going to get sued for about 4 or 5 millions of dollars that you don't have. And if you do have, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But other than that, if you don't have it, this is going to basically wreak some havoc on you. So yeah, that's is why we're pushing everything back on top of that too, because we have paperwork and documents, which I'm doing through legal soon to have to be done. All right, let me see. Bum, 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 bum. All right, I'm gonna put this right here into all the carts. This is right here, and then we need to basically clean this up. I'm not gonna sit here getting smashed in a Walmart parking lot in my vehicle. That's a no-no. Walmart shopping carts. You know, most nightmare and freaking shopping carts. Any place in March where it's windy and you got freaking straight shopping carts sitting around waiting to hit the side of your vehicle. Oh man, especially when them suckers picking up wind. Them suckers got weight to them too. The big wide shopping carts. That's a nightmare for anybody. Unless you got a truck big enough, the base is gonna bypass. There we go. Hit it again. Boom, that cleans it up. All right. I'm always on the lookout for interesting spots. So since we have the same, no, we don't have the same specifications because the numbers changed because of the. We have to go in and grab this. This is a no-go, but. Oh, come on, let's be nice. Let's be nice. Come on, Penny. Here we go. This is the whole policy. So this policy involves the batch number. It also involves explaining what the batch number is, and basically how you violate the batch number in order to get one of these fines. And then on top of that, then we have the processing. Basically, all products is processed at 5-gallon containers. Everything's made to order. We don't have anything sitting around. We're not doing that at the end of the day. So that's where you want to do it. And also it also involves the batch number retest verification demonstration. So let's get a nice copy of this again, even though we copied already. And we put that policy right in there. So it's all finished and done. Let me see. I need to put down next to this. We got to go put something here. Ah, shoot, I forgot to put that in there. This is why Taco has a habit sitting on the back of my chair. Gotta put that bold, please read. Holy moly. Let's see if I can get it out. Holy moly. Let's clean it up. Put it in there. That's gonna be brought up a little bit more. Let me see. go. Can we bold this? This is not look bold. That looks bold. This looks, has to be bold. That's bold. Good. This should be up to here. That's too far down. That's perfect. And these need to be in bold. Be nice, be nice, be nice. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. There we go. That looks better. Alright, perfect. Now I need to grab this section in here. Anchoring the whole situation down. Alright, that's policies in there. Alright, cool. There's some folks in that camper over there watching really giving a bit of a dirty look when I was setting up the tent. So, my neighbor, dirty look today, and freaking Rite Aid. I like to listen to Frank Sinatra. That's one of my favorite bands. Singers is Frank Sinatra. Well, black people can't listen to Frank Sinatra? What the freak is up with that? So anyway, I was in there listening to some Frank, and enjoying the music. Luck Be a Lady Tonight. That's one of my favorite ones right there. Luck Be a Lady Tonight. I was in there listening to Luck Be a Lady Tonight, and I was walking in. The music wasn't loud. I was just enjoying my music. And everybody else liked it. You know what I mean? Like the classics. And this woman gave me the most ugliest stare ever, as if I ain't supposed to be listening to that. And I'm like, excuse me? Because I do speak my mind at the end of the day. Some people don't. Some people just look at it, move on. No, I speak my mind. I was like, is there a problem? I can't play the music. Is it my color? And then she didn't want to say it. She kind of walked away. I'm be racist. I'm going to out you for it. I can't listen to Frank Sinatra. Do you know he's friends with Sammy Davis Jr., right? I want to let you know about that, right? The Rat Pack. You know anything about that? Yeah, him and Sammy were very good friends. All right. Let's see. We got it here. There we go. Policy batch number under the Leviathan and screens are much different. They have to be done different because you can't paint that onto a surface. It has to actually be on the surface. So every screen we construct, which I'm doing that batch number tomorrow because it's getting late. I'm doing to play a game system and enjoy this till my night. But those screens have to be tested one by one. So if we get an order for those screens, they all have to be tested one by one. Screens cost some money. We didn't decide what we're going to charge for the gamers yet, but they all have to be tested one by one, and they get a barcode on the back of it, like a scan that you can pick up on your cell phone and watch your screen being tested. Can't get any more tested than that. I'll put that information in later. Just want to get these two done. These right here, they still stand by the policy because the policy still stands on our shipping. We can't actually add that policy in here because these pages have 8,000. It would max out the page, but the policy is still there. It's still on this shipping policy page, which we have there. We have our entire shipping policy page. For what we can't fit here, most of it, the important stuff is here, but the other stuff is on the shipping policy page. As long as we have it on the website for you to read, it is your job as consumers to read through our website thoroughly before making your purchase. What we have here, yeah. That's why we have something on here called, what's that thing called? For your address. I literally had a customer get mad at me because we shipped the item to an address that he moved, but he never told us anything. We just shipped it where it needed to go to. And he got mad at us and said it was our fault. So let me get this straight. It's my fault because I didn't change your shipping information, which I have no idea how I'm going to do this, without authorization, and change it to an address that we don't even know where the freak it's going to because you never even told us. That's not my fault. So that's why we tell people it's called a permission slip, shipping permission slip. That's what we have on our site. Pretty sure somebody copied it, but anyway, on that permission slip, basically states that you have to update your information. Now, say if you abruptly moved and you forgot and the package is going to that address, then what you do is you send me a letter and you say, hey, Mr. Bird, I need for this sent to this address. Then we have your permission slip to send it to the address. Because like I said, I went through that nonsense in Madagascar, where basically we shipped out a screen to somebody and paint and projector, which is a Sony VPL FH30. I got a stack of those and I was selling those off. And we couldn't ship it to his location because FedEx doesn't ship the addresses over there. They ship the hubs over there. They have to take them off from the hub. So a good thing that we went over and we contacted him and I said, hey, what hub do you want to send it to, A or B? And he said, ship it to B or A. One of talk. But anyway, we got that permission slip from him. So later on, we go to FedEx, we pay for it, we ship it over to the hub. And then about a week later, I received a PayPal claim that he didn't receive the item. Even though we had a signature from him, from FedEx, from the hub, him signing off on the package and taking the package, PayPal wouldn't honor it. Because PayPal said it had to be shipped to the address in which was posted on the shipping label unless we had a permission slip from him giving us authorization to send it to that address. And we did have it because I had to ask him which hub to send it to, and the hub said hub B or A, which one it was, I don't remember, but I know which hub he said. We were able to go in and present that, and PayPal won in our favor. That's why we request the permission slip. From experience, live and learn. So you give us permission to ship it there, we'll go in, edit your shipping label, and send it right over there. All right, this is already finished. Let me go, I got to take this over here.
Just a few people in the parking lot, sitting around the cars, because that's where all the excitement is here tonight. Nothing to worry about though.
We gotta do something with that front page. That front page is boring. My front page depresses me. It should be like more action than that. It should be like something like crazy. I want something crazy for the front page. I'm rebuilding the front page. Wait, what are we doing tomorrow? We got orders going out tomorrow, don't we? Yeah, we got orders dropping tomorrow. We have the containers coming in. Orders drop next week because the rest of the supplies got to come in tomorrow. We got the caulking that has to be done. So I'm knocking out the front page. I'm rebuilding it because I want something different. I don't like the way it looks. It looks tacky. It looks real tacky. Even though somebody's like, it looks great. It's tacky. It's tacky. I hate it. I hate it. But anyway, I got to change it out. I don't want it. Let me see right here. I need something different. They got some new updates on here. I want to add this to the site. So all these sites had to be revamped. The Crystal Ridge page is getting a whole new face look too. We're going to do something pretty hot with the page. That page is going to it's going to be working with nothing but gunmetal. That page is nothing about gunmetal. We got the gunmetal blackout cloths, acoustic cloths over there. We may bring out a gunmetal gamer. It's going to be all about gunmetal over there. And to show that technology is more superior than any of the gunmetal, it will be tested against the most superior gunmetal that we have to offer today. That's what that page is going to be very interesting about. It's going to be all about the gunmetal. And not fake gunmetal, real gunmetal. I've seen people saying, we got gunmetal. No, you don't. We don't have gunmetal. You don't have it. So that's all gonna be about the gunmetal. All about the gunmetal. We're gonna make the Imperial it's gonna be amazing. Amazing. So dark you think it's black, but it's not black. It's gunmetal. Alright, let me get out of here. I gotta go play some games. I'm gonna download this new DLC for this new game called Hats in Time, which I'm addicted to. This game came out like 6 years ago. Like, really? Alright, let me see. Did we polish everything? We polished? Goody gumdrops? We're good? Alright, we did. Yay! How much time did we spend here? Oh, not much. Okay, good. Usually like a couple hours here. Alright, people. That's basically about it. I hope you enjoyed the updates and everything, what's going on, and what we're doing, and what we're going to be working on. I will put a list below of the screens that are coming out and what pages they'll be available to. We do got a new company we're working on right now. Can't tell you the name of it because we have to trademark it and all that good stuff because it's involving all the other heavier technology. The limited edition collection, just put it that way. It's not going to be called that, but it's a limited edition collection. Yeah. Pretty much everything's gonna be just about limited edition. All right, gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.